good hustle there from Connor. Beats the throw and the double.
Hello and a very warm welcome to a soggy Aquatic Ballpark. A little bit of a delay on the live stream tonight. We apologise for that. You have missed a Manly run in the bottom of the first. You have not missed a Manly out. Alex Molchanoff with you on Eagles Baseball Sports Network. Manly, my apologies, with two away in the bottom of the first, but with a run across, Kai McIntosh Walsh leading off the game with a walk, stealing second and third, and then knocked in by a ground ball to the right side by Yoshi Umezawa. Scored Manly's first run of the ball game. They've had two down since then as Luke Brown whips one to the left side. The throw is high to the second baseman. He came down with it in time. Jacob Carr makes the out for Greater Western, ends the inning, but Manly have the lead 1-0 on the run from Kai McIntosh Walsh. We'll bring you the starting lineups in just a second. As Manly take the field with a 1-0 lead after one, we'll bring you the starting lineup for tonight. Kai McIntosh Walsh scoring the first run of the game for Manly with that lead-off walk, stealing two bases and then knocked in by Yoshi Umezawa before an out had been recorded. Tristan Watts is in the 3-hole tonight, the third baseman. Connor McDonald, the first baseman in the 4-hole. Luke Brown, the right fielder, hitting fifth. Tom Newbold is the centre fielder, hitting sixth. Tom Butler doing the catching for Shohei Ariyama tonight. He's hitting seventh. Vince Carreras is the DH, hitting for Shohei. He's in the 8-hole. And Brendan Haithwaite, the left fielder, who made two nice plays in the top of the first, is the ninth hitter. And the starting lineup for Greater Western, brought to you by Seventh Day Brewery. Jacob Carr's the second baseman. He's leading off. Matt Forbes is the third baseman. Luke Harris playing centre field. He ripped a double, but couldn't be knocked in the top of the first. Sean Reid is the clean-up hitter playing in left field. Jared Manuel, the shortstop. Kendall Doyle will do the catching tonight and hitting sixth. Luke Edwards hitting seventh, playing first base. Jackson Nash with an error, unfortunately, in the bottom of the first, playing right, and Mitch Rowe, who you saw on the mound to start this game for Greater Western. He's given up a run in that first inning as Shohei Ariyama starts the second with a strike on the outside corner. To the shortstop, Jared Manuel, who leads off the top of the second, and he's fallen straight into an 0-2 hole early here. Shohei coming off an 8-inning shutout, against Ride Hawks last week. Led Manly to a 6-0 victory. They're still unbeaten at home on Wednesday nights as he punches him out with a big breaking ball on 3 pitches. Shohei Ariyama has got his stuff tonight, and he's not keen to hold anything back in these early stages. As the catcher, Kendall Doyle, will settle in next for Greater Western. Not had the easiest start to the season. Manly, meantime, 4-2. As Doyle takes a big swing and can't keep hold of the bat. Flies down the flies down the third base line. Misses the third base coach. And strike one is given to Shohei Ariyama. Luke Eisenhower will be with us shortly. We've had some delays getting the stream up tonight because of the rain, which did clear just in time for first pitch tonight. That's been a positive start for Manly. Glad to be with you on Eagles Baseball Sports Network as we Hariyama has just given up the double to the cleanup hitter in the top of the first. Only base runner so far for Greater Western early in this one. Doyle watches another ball down low. Hariyama just overthrowing a little bit after that positive start. Count goes to 2-1. That one's ripped straight back up the middle, and that'll land safely for a base hit, the second of the game for Greater Western. And the catcher, Doyle, is aboard with one out in the bottom of the second. As you hear there in the background, Luke Edwards stepping in next in the 6th spot for Greater Western. His first appearance at the plate tonight to face Hariyama, and he's got a runner on first to try and work around here. Not much of a lead at first. Hariyama looks for the sign and fires strike one. As for all good staffs, Brian Murphy likes his guys to hunt the zone early. Be particularly looking for that tonight against a Greater Western team that hasn't had the strongest start to the season. Little cut fastball just misses on the outside corner, maybe a little bit high. Hariyama has brought out the full array of pitches early in this one. Still no lead at first as the 1-1 comes in. Swing and a miss for strike two. Hariyama finds himself ahead in another count. Gives himself a lot of options with that runner on first base. Butler poised, takes that one outside. Edwards. First lefty we've seen tonight in the Greater Western lineup. Count goes to 2-2. See if Hariyama tries to work something off that fastball. He goes inside this time, swing and a miss, strike three. His second strikeout of the inning. And there are two away for Greater Western. Still that runner aboard at first.
And that'll bring to the plate number 38, Jackson Nash.
And Jackson Nash, who made that error in right in the bottom of the first. Allowed Tristan Watts aboard. Settles into the box now. That one's too high for him. Ball just below the knees there for Hariyama. Count goes to 2-0. Pitcher due up. Hariyama doesn't have to attack Nash, but he chooses to there in the 2-1 in the 2-0 pitch. Draws a foul ball on strike one.
Whoever grabs it first, it's theirs.
So you can hear there, the balls are free on Wednesday nights. Kids get to keep them. Good bit of fun down here at Aquatic Ballpark. It's the first one they've had to chase tonight. Two one from Hariyama is a little overthrown there. Too high for Nash, who gets into a hitter's count at 3-1. With a pitcher coming up. They just choose to pitch around him here. And the called strike, perhaps a little bit generous on the inside corner. Hariyama will take it. Takes the count full. And the runner will be going with two away. Payoff pitch for Shohei. He looks to hang another 0 here. Ariyama has been on fire since the break. He's looking to continue that scoreless inning streak here again. We have another payoff pitch to Nash. Runner going, and the pitch is high. And so there is another runner aboard, a couple here. And a runner in scoring position to pitch around for Shohei here as the pitcher Mitch Rowe settles in. See how Rowe handles it here. See if he can help himself out a little bit after giving up that run in the opening inning. Shohei attacks him just a little high. Not a big man, Rowe. Patient approach on the first hit pitch as he looks to knock in Great Western's opening run. Pitch is inside, ball 2. Ariyama falls behind the opposing pitcher here. A breaking ball working off those 2 high fastballs to start him off. Drops in, strike 1. Nash, the young fella, the runner at first. That pitch is in there for strike 2. Ariyama bounces back from the 2-0 count, levels it up. It's another chance to pitch around a little bit of trouble in this second inning. Lead-off hit from the catcher, followed up by a patient bit inning from Nash to draw the walk and get himself on base as well, as that one's squib foul down the third baseline. Good defensive swing from Rowe. Gets himself another bite of the cherry. See what Ariyama and Butler can sort out here as the catcher settles onto one knee for the 2-2. Another breaking pitch, does well to block it. Rowe's patient enough to take the pitch. And we have another full count. Runners will be going with 2 away. You can expect something hard from Shohei. A strikeout on the inside fastball as a late time call from Rowe is awarded by the umpire. Runners not getting too aggressive with their leads, knowing they will be going. As Rowe, the 9-hitter, looks in for the 3-2 pitch again. And the breaking ball is flipped out to center field. Nice easy play out there, and Manly and Shohei Ariyama hanging another 0. That's 10 consecutive scoreless innings for the Manly starting pitcher in 2022. A good way to start the year. In the middle of the second, it's still 1-0 Manly. Andrew does.
Coming up for your Manly Eagles, number 40, Tom Butler.
So after Tom Newbold made the last out in the first, he also took the catch he saw to end the second inning. It is the catcher inning 7th, Tom Butler, to step in for Manly. Part of that battery with Shohei Ariyama tonight.
Tom Newbold it is, mate. Luke Brown was the last out of the previous inning.
So it is Newbold who knocks this ball to left, and that one will fall fair. And a lead-off base hit to start the second. A lead-off runner
Just in,
for Manly, just as they had in the first.
just in front of Shaw and Reid out there in left field. Tom Newbold gets the start the Eagles wanted here as they chase more runs in the bottom of the second. Started last week's game with an early run off Luke Wilkins, and they've got a run early here off the starter, Mitch Rowe.
Nice to have you with us, Luke.
Thanks, mates. Thanks for kicking things
Hard
off tonight.
Oh, you're doing the hard work out there.
Unfortunately, there's no game changer, so I can't go back and look at what's happened already. Our regular scorer, Melissa Haythwaite's away tonight.
And she's missed 2 good catches from Brennan in left as
Oh,
well.
he actually caught them, did he? Normally he just lets them drop in front of himself.
2 good reads tonight to start this one.
Attaboy, Brendo. So I'm just playing catch up a little bit here. Try and get the batter right.
And just as Kai McIntosh Walsh did in the first, the lead-off runner, this time Tommy Newbold, is in there to second nice and easy.
Be great to have speed like that.
Well, isn't it? All the way through the lineup for Manly, it seems like tonight. 3 stolen bases in the first 2 innings. It's given themselves good opportunities in scoring positions.
Even better we didn't get picked up and steal the base, picked off rather.
Well, you got
and
good
still
legs.
steal the base.
That's called going on contact, Luke.
And
As
Tom
that one
Butler
goes.
punches that into right field. That'll score Newbold from second. Throw from right field to be cut off in the middle of the infield. And Manly add to the scoreboard again here early in the second inning.
Vince Guerreras doing the designated hitting tonight for Manly. Hitting for Shohei Ariyama. He's in the 8 hole. And he's got Tom Butler aboard as he crushes that one into left field. That one will get down, and it's fair. Into the corner. Runner coming around. He'll be held at third, and Manly have runners on second and third, and still nobody out in the bottom of the second.
Butler was motoring into third there. He wanted to go home but Brian Haythwaite put up the stop sign and keeps the young catcher at third base. Save your legs, young fella. Leave it to the 9-hole hitter, Brendan Haythwaite, to drive you in this at-bat.
They're not waiting on Rowe. I've seen him. He's not a guy with a lot of velocity. Certainly not as much as most of the guys you see up here in first grade. Manly have been keen to get at him early, and they have. Chance for Haythwaite to knock in a couple here. Someone gets away from him and rides high and tight.
Got a helmet on, Brendan. Use it to your advantage.
Good position for Manly. It's been fun to watch them this year, Luke. Really been
Really-
playing some good
real,
baseball, swinging the bats, playing the field well.
Really good young core of players, mate. Come through the grades. Brian's coached a lot of these kids through the junior representative program. It's unfortunate there's a couple overseas.
Yes.
Unfortunate for us, very fortunate for them. But it shows you how strong this age group has been. For a lot of these guys, no, these guys a little bit older. Sorry, a little bit.
A lot of work's gone into that Manly development pathway, though, and
Certainly
it's
has, mate.
improved a lot over the last half decade or so.
These guys would have been just a little bit younger than the side that was potentially 1 out away from qualifying for the Little League World Series back in 2014. Opportunistic base runner ended up knocking Manly out in the national final. Would have been the first Australian team to qualify directly to the Little League World Series, but unfortunately it wasn't to be.
Reaping the rewards in the senior grades now. Kai McIntosh Walsh takes his second appearance at the plate in the second inning. Mitch Rowe in plenty of trouble here with the bases loaded and nobody out. Already given up 2 in the first 2.
Big opportunity here for Manly.
McIntosh Walsh, who walked and scored his first time around, settles in for the first pitch of this second plate appearance, which is judged just a little high. Big chance for the leadoff hitter to get some ribbies here, Luke, which they always love.
And the way Kai McIntosh has been swinging the bat, mate, very good chance he could be picking up 2 or 3. Brendan Haythwaite, decent set of wheels over there.
Knock one in the gap.
I must apologise to Kai McIntosh Walsh. Apparently I was calling him Tristan Watts half the night last Wednesday night.
He went 3 for 4 as well, Luke. It's a swinging bunt. The pitcher fields, goes home. He's
Can't
thrown it
make the
away.
throw.
And the second runner will come around to score. Manly
Haythwaite's
lead
turning
4-0.
third, but Murphy's going to put up the stop sign. Unlucky there by Rowe. Did about 95% of the job. Just couldn't put the ball on the money for his catcher, Kendall Doyle, standing on home plate. That's another couple of runs for the Eagles.
And how often do you see that from the pitcher? The guy can throw, find a strike zone, find different parts of the strike zone that he wants to find when he's standing on the mound 60 feet away.
Just like pitchers that can't throw over to first on a comebacker as well, mate. A la John Lester.
I remember that, like Mike Cubby's great run in 2016. That one's taken inside for ball 1 as Yoshi Umezawa, who already has an RBI tonight.
Racking up the RBIs is Yoshi. Punched in a couple last Wednesday night to really put the exclamation mark on that big 6-0 shutout victory over the Ride Hawks.
Curveball's taken inside for 2-0. It was a good piece of team inning, top of the first. Knocking it to the second baseman on the ground. Scoring Kai McIntosh, who'd stolen second and third.
Pretty sure that's how they drew it up the week before as well.
Exactly right.
McIntosh Walsh got on, stole second base, and scored on a base hit. Something that Manly has lacked for a very long time is situational hitting. Always seem to get themselves with runners in scoring position, but can't seem to get the job done. And that one's going to fall fair. Yoshi Umezawa is going to pick up another extra base hit and will drive in two. Kai McIntosh Walsh comes in behind him, and Manly out to a 5-0 lead.
Did the team thing in the first, Yoshi. This time he just knocks it over that first baseman's head, out of the reach of Nash in right field.
Correction, 6-0.
The more Asian style of hitting you see, they're happy to flip the ball into the opposite field. That's a good little asset for Brian Murphy to have in his two-hole hitter, as we see the first pitching change of the game in the second inning. Looks as though it's Manuel who's coming in from shortstop, if I've seen that correctly.
Yeah, it looks like it. The manager's going to know. Just a... Yeah, there is a change there. We'll try and work out who it is. It's not Manuel. Andrew's got the lineup, so we'll see who number 13 is. Fortunately, like I said earlier, don't have the game changer available today. 13. Oh.
And taking the mound for Greater West Warriors, number 13, Mitch Rowe.
Unless Andrew's entered the lineup incorrectly. Show us that lineup again. All kinds of confusion. No, it definitely said Mitch Rowe as a starter. I'm going to go find out what happened there. We'll get you some clarification.
Yeah. Okay, so there's been a late change on this lineup card, Luke. I'm trying to decipher it.
I was trying to decipher what it was as well, but...
So Cameron Baird, I believe, actually started this game. Mitch Rowe has just come in.
Okay.
After starting...
That's really confusing.
At second base.
Obviously, they made the change on their lineup at the plate
late.
meeting, or before the plate meeting, because it wasn't what was given to the scorers, which is what we rely on. And that's punched into right field off the bat of Tristan Watts. It'll be caught over in there in right field. Yoshi Umezawa moves up to third base. And more situational hitting for the Eagles.
First out, but that brings the runner up to third. And that will bring to the plate number 96.
One out here
Connor McDonald.
in the bottom of the second. Nice camera cut, mate. Check swing to the second baseman will be enough for another run. It'll be an RBI for Connor McDonald. And Manly now leading this game 7-0.
Not how they drew that one up, Luke, but the check swing gets the ground ball, and that's all they needed.
Situational hitting, mate. Man in scoring position, knock him in. Simple game, baseball sometimes.
Runners in scoring position and outs.
I'm sure Connor McDonald will take the RBI after a couple of strikeouts in similar situations last week.
Right fielder Luke Brown at the plate now, takes strike one. From the new pitcher, Rowe. Little cut fastball and it'll drop in fair down that right field line, which is copping a pounding from this Manly lineup. Luke Brown with his first hit of the night.
Tom Newbold.
And Manly bat around in the second. Tom Newbold, the leadoff hitter, with his second plate appearance of the second inning.
Yeah, good to see The hitters using all parts of the field tonight. A couple down the left field line, a couple into right field. Following the ball, punching it into the gaps.
Oh, it's popped up behind the shortstop. This is going to be a tough play. Swirling around out there. Can't make it. The ball lands safely between the shortstop, the left fielder, and the centre fielder. Not as nice as his first hit, Tom Newbold, but I think it'll be scored as such. He's 2 for 2, and there are runners on the corners for Manly.
Nice bit of base running there by Luke Brown with 2 out.
Well.
Hustled his backside over to third base. Exactly what you want to see.
Manly just doing the basics a lot better. And that's how they've jumped out to this 7-0 lead in the bottom of the second. Gives Brian Murphy plenty of options. The starter who went 8 scoreless last week.
So it'll be the catcher now, Tom Butler, up for his second at-bat of the game.
Runner going from first. And that'll be a nice, easy one for Tommy Newbold.
Uncontested.
An uncontested stolen base has runners on second and third, 2 out.
A little bit high. Catcher Kendall Doyle trying to convince Phil Choi it was a strike.
Phil's always a guy from memory. He'll give you that outside corner. He stays nice and tight on the inside. That's a breaking ball ground to the second baseman. The play will be nice and easy to first, and that ends the bottom of the second for Manly, who pushed 6 across in the second. They lead 7-0 after 2.
So we can confirm that Cameron Baird was the starting pitcher. There was a late change on the lineup, just wasn't communicated to the broadcast booth, unfortunately, which is very rude of them. And it is now Mitch Rowe, which we kind of knew. Once we worked it out, called it on the swing.
Show getting ahead in the count here again, and just keeping hitters off balance, changing speeds, throwing his breaking pitches for balls and strikes. I wouldn't like to be standing in the box tonight, Luke. He looks in great control of what he's trying to do out there. Guy who enjoyed Christmas, by the sound of it. Well, he's been pitching afterwards.
Maybe just need a bit of a break, mate.
Came in that Saturday afternoon game we did before the break. Came out of the pen, pitched 3 strong that night against Porker Mills.
Yeah, got roughed up at the start, I think. Oh,
yeah.
no.
No.
It was Leo. Leo started that game.
Enjoying that starter's mantle. Despite the lead-off walk here in the top of the third.
Matt Forbes the hitter now for the Warriors.
Really not giving anything on the inside corner there. Phil Troy. Goes to 2-0. For show. Just got to reel it in here.
Umpires tonight, Phil Choi and Jerry Cobb.
I love how he does that. Ariami works that pitch. If he does miss with a fastball inside, he's quite happy to work his breaking stuff off that. He's had good command of it early on tonight. That one just drops it a little lower. Evens a count at 2. Warriors runner not looking too ambitious at first as the 2-2 from Show misses on the inside. That one's ripped towards shortstop. Kai McIntosh will make the play over to second. Umezawa on the turn. Not quite in time.
Just in time. That ball took an age to get to Kai McIntosh. Walsh at shortstop. He did well not to go after it too hard. Let it come to him.
There you can see the result of the wet grass. That rain we had before first pitch tonight, thankfully, is held up since 20 past 7 when we did get this game underway.
Second week in a row we've had rain right before the start. Just after we get most of the cameras in position.
It's great fun for setup, isn't it, Luke? Tell the people at home how enjoyable that is to be up a ladder in soggy ground.
Playing with power cords. Yeah. One out here, top of the third. Luke Harris, the centre fielder.
Did rip a double his first time up. Into right.
Looks like a likely customer up there.
He's a big strapping young man.
Chunk of a man. Lump of a man, I want, not chunk of a man.
Showed power to the opposite field in his first at bat. Let's see if he can pull something left side here. Preferably right to Kai. Turn it this time. That one's on the ground right side. Umezawa can't make the play. Runner looking to turn around second. That ball didn't reach the right fielder. The throw to third is not in time. A great slide avoiding the tag.
Nice throw by Umezawa from shallow right field there.
Especially with his momentum carrying him backwards. Just dragged the throw a little bit left so that Tristan Watts couldn't make the play at third base. You just see how heavy the grass is out there. That ball not getting anywhere near Luke Brown in right. Umezawa managing to get something on the hard hit ball to his left. Managed to recover and make the throw, excuse me. We're able to make the out and runners on the corners one away for Greater Western. Pitch number 1 from Ariyama is a strike.
Plenty of action so far in this.
Well, he's seen the ball in play a lot, Luke, which we love. More ball in play, the better.
Definitely. Just
Let's make for some entertaining baseball.
That's how you want your
on
baseball.
A Wednesday night.
Nice and entertaining. Excuse me.
Not enjoying the majors? Watch this.
Mate, there won't be any majors till about August at the rate.
And another good, great breaking pitch.
Reed swinging and missing at that one. We got one out here with runners in the corners for the Greater Western side.
And I know you're not a fan of overusing the breaking stuff, but I think he's actually got better control of that at the moment than he does
Matt,
the hard stuff.
I'm happy for a pitcher to use his breaking stuff every single pitch, so long as he controls it.
And he doesn't there. That one's a wild pitch. And the runner moves into scoring position. Runners on second and third, one away. And the top of the third here for Greater Western.
Third, the scoreless streak on the line here for Shohei Ariyama, looking for number 11. Actually, can we go back to his last outing?
He had 8.
No, his previous outing before that.
Outing before the new year.
Let's have a deep dive. Would have been out at Cronulla on the Wednesday night, and there was 2 shutout there before the rain started. So we're sitting at 10, 12 innings. So he's looking for inning number 13. Let's keep diving into that. If I can find the right screen.
I have to ask Shay what he did on New Year's Eve.
Well, it's been before New Year's Eve too, mate. Don't forget. What do I want? I want this one here.
Reed stepping out. The first time Greater Western had done that tonight. Just going to put Shohei off a little.
Number is he? 70.
Guy sitting to our right who was a big fan of the putting the stop sign up to the umpire. Alright, with another breaking ball, draws another swing and a miss and another strikeout. That's one way to get out of trouble. Ball's not put in play, and now a chance for Ariyama to record the third out of this third inning and keep that scoreless streak alive. Alive. As the lefty Manuel settles in. And that one's jammed on his hands, and McIntosh Walsh couldn't make the catch, makes the throw and makes the out. And Manly are out of the third, hanging another 0. Shohei Ariyama, 13 innings without a run.
To be confirmed, was going back to see if there is any more. I'm very disappointed in my co-commentator for not actually having that figure.
I had the new year. You got it. You had to make it more complicated. How about we keep it to that? 11 in the new year for Shohei Ariyama. No runs.
Vince Carreras leads things off here. Bottom of the third. Manly leading 7-0.
Vince Carreras.
Ball one there for Vince. Rowe missing there with ball two. Good to have Vince back playing regular baseball. So far, so good. Has had a torrid run with injury in the last couple of years as he punches that one into right centre field for the 9th hit for the Eagles in this ball game.
2 for 2 on the night for Vince. All he's doing is hitting tonight, and he's done it very well to start this one. Mainly looking to add to that 7-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Brendan Haythwaite, the 9-hole hitter, settles in.
Couple of strikeouts last Wednesday night for Brendan.
Another one who's reaped the rewards from the Manly Junior system as the check over is knocked down by the first baseman. Doesn't apply the tag. It's in there nice and easy.
All right, here we go. Shohei threw 4 innings against Canterbury. The 9th and the 10th were both scoreless. He then threw 1 inning against Cronulla before rain halted that one. He then threw 2 innings on the Saturday against Cronulla, scoreless. Then he threw 8 innings scoreless last week, and he's 3 here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 is 13. So we're officially 16 scoreless consecutive innings for Shohei Ariyama. His ERA of 2.177 is continuing to drop, and we hope that it continues to drop. Brendan Haythwaite swung and then thought it was a bad idea, realised it was a curveball, but couldn't pull out in time. So he's now behind in this count.
One of my favourite stats as well
3
for
and 2.
pitching, Luke. We're just over 1. That is quite remarkable this deep into a
we're not that deep yet.
Well, he's pitched a fair few innings.
Plenty of appearances, yes, give him
that.
that.
Small sample size.
Ground ball, fielder's choice there by Brendan Haythwaite. First out here in the bottom of the third.
Not the worst result with the ball on the ground there. Brendan's got good legs.
He's got to have Vince to run faster. Sorry, Vince.
You're giving him too much credit after coming back from all those injuries. Hit 2 for 2 tonight. He's got to stick the boot in a little bit there.
Always.
That one's ripped on the ground to the left side. Chance for the double play here. They turn it, and the throw is wild from second to first. And Kai McIntosh will reach second easily on the error. So the out recorded at second for the second out of the inning. Now the fastest runner on the Manly team in scoring position for Yoshi Umezawa.
Nice bit of fielding there by Matt Forbes in the hot corner. Jacob Carr just not able to control his throw over to his first baseman, Luke Edwards, to complete the double play. So it'll be a fielder's choice and then an error. And Manly have a runner in scoring position with 2 out for one of their hotter hitters in Umezawa. See if you can go Oppo again into that right centre gap.
Well, there's a pitch to do that on the outside corner. Takes it for strike 1. One's high in sight. Yoshi's happy to get out of the way. Count goes to 2-1. It's already knocked Kai in once tonight, looking to repeat the trick here in the third. Almost a quick pitch there, and he fouls it off. Another one for the kids to chase. And isn't there a chase? Oh, my goodness.
Mayhem, mate. Absolute mayhem. 2-2 the count. Fouls that one off again. Another souvenir for the kids.
Be interesting to hear the reasoning behind why that late change was made for Greater Western. When they brought Rowe in any case, he was scheduled to start. He didn't end up doing that. He's coming after.
I was about to ask, but I looked at some other information and forgot. Maybe he might have been stuck in traffic. And Zumazawa does punch that ball in the right field, but a nice low catch out there.
And a nice catch there to robbing of a base hit. So no
By Jackson Nash in right field. Sorry, I lost the name on the sheet. And that does end the third inning. So Greater Western post a 0 for the first time tonight. And we'll head to the top of the fourth.
So the catcher, Kendall, who hit his first time up, settles back in to face Ariyama for the second time as he works into his, hopefully, 18th inning of consecutive scoreless work for Manly and Brian Murphy. It's another slippery bat, gets out of the hands of... I believe that was Kendall the first time around as well. He can't keep hold of his bat tonight, the Warriors catcher.
Obviously, Kendall didn't get any twine tar for Christmas. But he did get a hit last time.
Yeah, it
So
was a good luck charm
maybe
last
it's a bit
time.
of an omen.
So there you go.
And it is a very good evening to everyone watching online. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Melissa Haythwaite, missing your game changer updates. Relying on the recall memory of my co-commentator Alex Molchanoff tonight. I was
Which
still
is iffy
busy.
at the best of times, Luke.
Oh, another rip. And Brendan Haythwaite this time lets it drop in front of him. And it is another base hit after throwing the bat for Kendall.
And coming to the plate for Greater West Warriors.
Bit of a tougher one than the two catches he took in the first inning. That one was dropping quickly. Nice piece of solid contact. Sees the catcher going 2 for 2. Luke Edwards, the lefty.
Lefty Luke.
Come to the plate with a runner on base for the second time tonight. That rain has well and truly cleared now.
Oh, please do not say that.
We're looking at a
You should know better.
really dry night for the rest of it till the end of this ball game.
Big hello to Brenda McDonald, watching from the Sunshine State of Queensland. Tuning in to see her son, Connor. Just going to check the radar now, mate. You got
Making
me worried.
me jealous. Scattered showers.
And a little bit hovering around. Looks a little bit colourful too, so fingers crossed it stays underneath us. Go piss down on Randwick.
Pitch misses outside from Shohei. Goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. As he looks to finish off lefty Luke. And a nice breaking ball that he can't catch up to. Sits him down. Strike 3. First out of the 4th inning for Manly.
Bring up the right fielder Jackson Nash, who made a nice low ankle-high catch to finish the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Showed plenty of patience in his first at bat as well, Luke. Worked a full count and managed to get on base by base on balls.
Outside corner for strike 1.
And that's that area that Shohei's got to target with that first pitch. It's the one he's getting. Phil Troy not too worried about the height on that outside corner. If he sees it hit the catcher's mitt where he's set it up, he's going to give it a strike 9 times out of 10, as that one's fouled away to the left side, and another one for the kids here tonight to chase. A few stragglers running past us now.
Yeah, if you're not already over in that area,
right.
you're no chance.
Give it up.
There's nothing worse than going from one area to the other, and then the next one is to where you just were.
Well, part of the clue is having a left-handed hitter. Ball's coming left side.
Yeah, true.
Trick for the kids out there.
Majority of the times it'll go to the open side of the bat. Sometimes you might have more powerful hitters that can hook it foul.
It's looking pretty wet and cold out there in the right and left field bleachers tonight. Look, I can do that much.
Kendall Doyle moves up to second base on that wild pitch. Another chance at Jackson Nash to drive in the first run for the Warriors. Check swing in the dirt, off balance. Butler cleans up the ball and fires it over to 1 to complete the strikeout. So a little bit happening there. Nash losing his feet.
Nasty pitch from Ariyama. He's got that breaking ball working well, and he throws it the back foot of the lefty, which is almost impossible to lay off, especially for a young hitter.
2 away now.
Strikeout.
And it is now the current pitcher, Mitch Rowe, batting in the 9 hole.
Struck out his first time up.
Nice long at bat though.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of pitches. Made Ariyama earn the out. Didn't just give it up freely. Big
Hard
swing and miss at
fastball.
that one. Evens the count at 1-1.
That's where he's having all the success with the fastballs on the outside half of the plate. When he's throwing it with commitment.
Up and away. Ball 2.
It's an interesting count here for Rowe because he knows he's probably going to get another fastball here. Sariyama actually shakes off the first one he sees. I think we can assume the breaking ball coming here on 2-1. It's in the dirt, blocked by Butler. Had the runner almost halfway down. Retreats to second. Rowe works the count to 3-1.
Knocked the wind out of Butler a bit there. Just taking a second to gather himself.
He was set for it. Just catches you in the wrong place as a catcher. Ones that hurt a little bit more than the others.
Phil Choi's just going to come and get some new baseballs to give Butler a chance to suck in some deep ones. Might have got him in the crown jewels or that kind of area. Seen a lot
What
of
were
them
they calling that in the cricket? The abdomen?
the Joe Root abdomen.
Joe Root's abdomen. I think it was that area.
I was just about to say, we've seen a lot of that in this test series so far. Looking forward to Tasmania on Friday.
Yeah. Primetime cricket to finish the summer. Primetime baseball on Saturday with any luck as well.
Yeah, we'll give you regular updates on the first couple of sessions on Saturday. Ariyama now 3-1 to Rowe. Doesn't want to put his opposing pitcher on base.
He's done a good job of blocking the plate. It's always tough when you got a pitcher with explosive stuff like Ariyama. Butler's done pretty well to this point. It's a 3-2 as the runner sets off, and the one's fouled away. So 2 in prime position there. Very well
It's
done.
about 44 kids after that one. A few of them did just leave, and there's about another 22 still running from behind the first base dugout. They might be there for the next 3.
Oh, their parents will be happy with it. Like,
So 3-2 here for Rowe. Ariyama wants to get the third out.
another quality at bat for Rowe tonight. Another payoff. This one's high. Oh, and
Who's
the
in
runner's
trouble
scored.
at third. Back door. On the foot. No! McIntosh Walsh thought he had him.
I have to say, so did I, Luke.
Don't know what
I think Kai thought he did as well.
Kendall Doyle was doing there. He was literally standing on third base by the time he turned around and went back to second.
Wasn't a bad throw from Butler. I thought he maybe just took a second because he was surprised to see.
I think
the runner at
he's
second
surprised to see
turn
him going back to
Yeah,
second.
exactly right.
He had the base stolen.
He was shaping a throw to third. That one's ripped to the right side, and this
And
will
we're
give
in
him
some
the
trouble
chance to
here. Luke
score.
Brown's going to come up throwing, and he's going to get the runner at third to hold up.
Well, they need the runs. Greater Western taking the safe option there, even with 2 outs.
First pitch off the bat of Carr into right field. So now loaded bases for Greater Western with 2 out.
Can Ariyama pitch out of more trouble here tonight? Surrendered runners on second and third in the third inning. Got him loaded here. Nowhere to put Forbes as he takes ball 1.
Granville will do it here for Ariyama.
Generated a few of them early. He's been generating swings and misses ever since.
At the knees for strike 1.
Does get a call on the inside. That one was catching a fair bit of the plate.
Nice comeback pitch.
Got to be aggressive here, Forbes. Team down. Need something to get them going.
In the dirt for ball 2.
It's a good take too. He was thinking down the same lines as me, I think there. Going to be aggressive. Count even. Butler asks just to check whether he'd swung. Field umpire said no. Count goes to 2-1. Now a good spot for Forbes. He does count. Catches the outside corner.
Gets the call out wide. Evens the count at 2-2.
Another chance for Ariyama to hang a 17th consecutive 0.
And he will. Gets out of it. 18 consecutive shutout innings for Shohei Ariyama. That's 2 complete games. That's outstanding stuff by the Manly starter. So as we head to the bottom of the fourth,
Western Warriors nil.
it is 7-0 to your Manly Eagles. Oh, 4-3, 7-9, let's get a pitch count.
Gonna get in, Chivers? No.
And leading off the bottom of the fourth for your Manly Eagles, number 16, Tristan Watts.
Tristan Watts, the third baseman, settling in to lead off the bottom of the fourth for Manly. Takes low ball one. Alex Molchanoff, Luke Eisenhower will be back with us shortly on Eagles Baseball Sports Network. Thank you very much for joining us on this cool Wednesday night at Aquatic Ballpark. The rain is staying away for now. See if the ball is hit on the ground or into the outfield. We've got quite a slow deck out there after the rain, which has stayed away to this point. Allowed us 3.5 very good innings of baseball to this point. Hacking at that one is Watts. It's gone into foul territory. 3 converge on it, and it falls in the triangle.
Can't quite get there. 2-2 near the count.
Hard fastball misses the inside corner. Count goes full to Tristan Watts, the 3-hole hitter for Manly. Also playing third base tonight, and that one's low.
Sorry, my bad. I gave you the wrong count. Nothing unusual
Now
about
it's
that.
3-2. Watts holding off the waste pitch. Now the payoff. The lead-off hitter in the bottom of the fourth. He rips it down the third base line, but foul. Holds up, quite muddy down there. Foul territory just behind third base. Another payoff pitch. That one's nice and low for Watts. Easy take, and he leads off the third time Manly have had their leadoff hitter aboard in the 4 innings so far. Both of those in the first and the second came around to score. Connor McDonald, who does have an RBI on a check swing, ground ball to second base, settles in, looking for something with a bit more power behind it this time around. He's got Tristan Watts ahead of him at first base as he takes ball 1 inside.
Sorry, mate. What did we do there?
Walked
Walked. Cool.
on the full count. Tristan Watts gives Connor McDonald something to work with once more as he takes ball 2 outside. Gets
2-0.
himself into a nice hitter's count for a dangerous bat in the Manly lineup. First baseman takes that one straight back where it came. To the centre fielder, makes the catch. Watts is forced to retreat to first. No damage done for the Warriors. They have their first out of the bottom of the fourth.
Straight down the throat of Luke Harris out there. Took a couple of steps back just to track it into his glove. First out of the inning.
Luke Brown, who ripped one into right field his last time up, settles in. That one jams him. Gets past the pitcher though. This is a tough play for the third baseman who bobbles it, throws behind the runner at second, and I think he might have got him. The call is safe. And Watts survives. Two tight calls at second base in this fourth inning, both going the way of the base runner. And this time the way of Manly as Watts manages to scramble back in. It was a great heads-up play by the third baseman for Greater Western, who realised he didn't have a play at first base, realised the aggressive turn that Watts had taken, and nearly had him. All ends up there.
A base hit there for Luke Brown. Not a lot for
Matt Forbes it was.
Matt Forbes to do much with that. Almost picked him up a bonus out. I think with...
Oh, it's just so difficult for the infielders tonight, isn't it, with Luke, with this wet infield. Those balls are just not coming to them with any speed. Every play is going to be bang, bang, unless it's absolutely ripped to them on a hop.
3-0 for Tom Newbold. I think Watts' eyes lit up when he saw that Forbes was in out of his corner. Thought he might have been able to beat it out.
Oh, it was good heads-up baseball all around, really. And Watts did very well to get back to second in the end.
Maybe anticipating a throw to first in the hope of an out, but good defence played by Forbes. As Newbold draws the walk.
Wasn't given anything to hit on the 4 pitches.
Big chance here for the Eagles to add some more runs, loaded bases, and 1 out.
As the rain has begun to fall lightly again here at Aquatic.
That's of course you jinxed it before, mate.
It would have come whether I
talked
talked about it or not, Luke.
Nah. Butler just drops it over the head of the shortstop. Can't do much with that. Luke Brown's getting the wave around hand. Good strong throw by Luke Harris.
And a nice shot out to centre field.
And drops the ball at second base.
Well done. And that will bring to the plate number 85.
That's the third hit of the night for Tom Newbold. I thought it was Tom Butler. My apologies, Tom. It was Tom Butler. Sorry, it was Tom Butler the hitter. Tom Newbold was at second base. He almost got backdoored. The second baseman just dropped the ball. And another 2 runs on the board for the Eagles.
Brown and Watts around to score. Manly extend their lead, 9-0 now.
Vince Guerreras pops one up into the Bermuda Triangle over at right field. That'll be a nicely taken catch over there by Luke Harris. Sorry, Luke Edwards. Wrong Luke.
And the second out of the inning.
And that is the second out.
Number 13, Brendan Haythwaite.
And brings up the 9-hole hitter, Brendan Haythwaite.
This is a good spot for Brendan. He can be aggressive here. Got the runner on second, already a couple in this dig. Good spot to get some confidence up for the young man. Pitch hit the spot, but wasn't given the strike by Phil Choi.
It is Nachos night here at the ballpark tonight, and I think I'm going to go dig into one in a moment. Andrew's just brought one into the broadcast booth. It's made me super hungry. Thanks for offering to get me one. I know you did offer about 2 hours ago, but... And that's taken there. 4 ball 4. Brendan Heathwaite standing there with the bat on his shoulder.
Balls will load the bases.
And Manly will once again load the bases. And for the top of the lineup, Kai McIntosh Walsh.
Coming to the plate.
Hottest hitter in the Manly lineup at the moment, Luke.
Well, there's a couple of them, mate. A couple of
I'm
hot
going to
hitters
put him
at the
up
moment.
there.
Umazawa's hitting the ball pretty nicely.
That's the effort pitch in there for strike one.
Straight
From
down the
Mitch
middle,
Rowe.
mate.
A little bit of extra pepper on it to the young shortstop.
I think that's a frustration coming out in 4 straight balls to the previous hitter.
Tried to work something off that. He's trying to get through his work pretty quickly here, Mitch Rowe. 1-1.
He wants to get out of the rain, mate.
And why wouldn't he? This guy hacks at a high one. Misses. Count goes to 1 and 2. Rowe's already up there with his foot on the rubber.
Like I said, mate, he's in a hurry. He wants to get out of there.
And he catches
he's
the
struck
outside
out.
corner.
That does end this 4th inning. Manly Eagles with another couple of runs on the scoreboard. As we head to the top of the 5th, it's the Manly Eagles 9, Greater Western Warriors 0 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard.
Great work. And now leading off for Greater West Warriors, number 26, Luke Harris.
So a change of pitcher for Manly here in the 5th. Vaughan Harris had the Saturday off, so he comes in relief for Shohei Ariyama, whose 18-inning scoreless streak continues.
Will continue
For another little while.
another week. He'll test it out against MacArthur next Wednesday night. Vaughan Harris, his first appearance of the season. Picked up a bit of a groin injury late in the pre-season.
That's a good way to start. Plenty of velocity on that fastball. Draws a swing and miss for strike one.
A lot of work done by Vaughan to keep this ground looking beautiful. He's the main man on the mound, keeping it in pristine condition.
Plenty of incentive to do that when you're taking the top step yourself every now and then.
Makes it a lot easier to pitch off a well-maintained mound, mate.
Absolutely.
I think Shohei Ariyama's shown that.
Well, he appreciates the work, doesn't he? Pitching staff helping each other out.
That's right. He's also showing the next lot of young pitchers in the club how it's done, so they know how to do it once Vaughan does hang up the cleats.
Harris, who continues his good night at the plate with a rip into centre field, and he's on for the third time tonight. Three-hole hitter for Greater Western. It's been the producer of a lot of the good stuff they have got going on this Wednesday night. Hasn't had a lot of help up and down the lineup tonight, Luke.
Oh, Greater Western have had their chances. A couple of times on loaded bases in the last inning, runners in
A lot
second
of
and
that's
third
come
in
from
the
the bottom of the
previous
lineup.
inning.
A lot of that's come from the bottom of the lineup.
They just can't find that hit. It's what Manly tend to struggle with. Getting runners in position but not able to drive them home. That pitch missing down the middle for ball one.
That's a problem at first grade level in New South Wales. It's a problem at under 12 level.
Manly minor league level with the Forest Mets.
It's a problem. It's a problem in Major League Baseball with the New York Mets. Problem up and down all levels of baseball. Timely hitting.
Good clubs do it well and they reap the rewards.
Sean Reid needs to do it here for Greater Western. Get something going. Get a bit of a rally against the new pitcher, Vaughan Harris.
I think we probably only see Vaughan for one, maybe two innings tonight. Max Milner's sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
In the bullpen as well. 3-1 the count here to Reid. Bit of early trouble for the relief pitcher Harris. Gets the swing and foul off there from Reid. And ball making its way into the car park with 22 kids in tow. 2 and 2 to count, rather. Screaming kids. Now it's 3 and 2. Plenty of action to come on the weekend. Third grade will kick things off on Saturday at 12:30. Second grade at 3, and then first grade back on deck at 5:30. No under 18s on Saturday with the New South Wales Showcase taking place this week in place of the National Youth Championship program. Mainly with a couple of players out there, Wilson Spinks, Zach Newbold, Daigo Yamaguchi. Going to be a pinch runner for Luke Reid out there. So Sean Reid, rather. And there was... I'll bring up Jared Manuel, swing from the left side. Takes that at the knees for strike one.
This is the part of the lineup that has been the most productive. They're just talking about for Greater Western. So from the 5-6 hole down. Be interesting to see how Vaughan Harris negotiates this. Tricky little part of the lineup. 2 on, no one out. In the bottom of the 5th, and that one's outside for ball 1. Takes the count even. Line themselves up with lefties down the bottom as well, Greater Western. Manuel, Edwards, Nash. All swinging from, some would say, the superior side of the plate. Manuel hitting with 2 on, no one out. Squibs this one down the left side. It is foul. Rolling down the third base line. It was batted away by Tristan Watts to ensure that it stayed out there.
Made sure it stayed on that side of the line. Didn't want to get the aquatic hop off the edge of the grass back to fair territory and load the bases unexpectedly.
Well, to be fair, probably a little bit less chance of that tonight with the water we've had around. Ball's not really hopping anywhere. Two balls, 2 strikes for Harris.
Manuel.
On shortstop Manuel here. And a big breaking ball swings over the top of it for strike 3. First strike out of the night for Harris. First out of the night for the Manly reliever.
And that'll bring to the plate number 39, Kendall Doyle.
Kendall Doyle, who's struggled to keep hold of his bat tonight. See if he can do it in this at-bat. Hasn't stopped him from knocking a couple of hits. In fact, it looks as though there's a pinch hitter stepping up here.
It was. It's Jared's brother. His name escapes me. It's not on the lineup. He did catch. Sorry, did come in defensively in the previous inning.
Another one from the left side for Harris to negotiate here.
Down and in. Ball 2.
Hasn't been able to find the strike zone first pitch quite as consistently as Ariyama. Probably understandable with the time he has had off Vaughan.
Yeah, but it does take a batter or two to acclimatise onto the new mound. Vaughan Harris, 3-0 now.
The action hasn't changed too much.
No, doesn't need to when it's that good.
That's right. This time he does get the call from Phil Troy to take the count at 3-1.
Try and get himself a ground ball here.
The ideal needs to spot something. I think he's got inside there. Maybe go outside here with something hard. And he gets the call on the outside corner to take the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Working all the way back. Gets the foul. Oops.
Really good defensive swing from a guy who's just got up off the bench.
It is his first at-bat of the evening.
Good pitch from Vaughan there as well. Had some success with that fastball. Able to locate it to get himself back into this at-bat. First out was a strikeout. Looking to follow that up here. Or perhaps get a ground ball. Get 2 for 1. That one's too high. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Vaughan Harris.
And the base on balls will bring
And Luke Edwards, who has taken some good cuts tonight.
Nathan Manuel, the hitter there.
number 37, Luke Edwards.
And not Vaughan Harris. Brian Murphy's just going to go out and have a quick chat to Vaughan, settle him down, ask him what's wrong with the mound.
Was
No-
covered
no one-
until about 2 minutes before we began play tonight.
Just like last Wednesday night, mate.
There was no water getting on that thing. Umpires were standing out there waiting for Manly to take the tarps off today. A lot of work goes into this field. It's only right we look after it, isn't it?
That's right.
So big spot here for Vaughan. His first appearance since that injury. Place has loaded one out and a guy swinging the bat pretty well, and he finds strike one, which is, off the top of my head, the first time he's done that in this appearance.
First pitch strikes, mate. Very important. Looking for a ground ball double play here. Just misses inside. Ball on the strike. No one moving for the Eagles yet.
It's nice to be able to bring a guy back in with a nice big lead. I'm sure that's what Brian Murphy, exactly what he would have wanted, to bring Vaughan into this game without too much pressure. Be able to allow a few runs and still be able to ride him for a couple of innings here. Get him some work.
Of course, these games are timed. 2.5 hours. No
Which
new-
helps Manly's cause even more tonight.
Probably get through 6 innings. Swing and a miss there by Edwards. Fills the count up. Sorry, evens the count at 2-2. So we won't see a new inning after the 9:35. Gives us another 25 minutes.
That changed with the late start at all? Started 5 minutes after time, scheduled time today.
Quite possibly.
Hmm.
Depends if
Depends how long the umpires want to hang around and if the rain comes back, doesn't it?
so long as the deficit stays the way, I
Yeah.
don't think that 5 minutes will matter. But quite potentially it'll be up to Phil Choi if he officially altered the starting time of the game. Count remains 2-2.
A good put away pitch for the first strikeout. Let's see if he can throw something similar again. Although Butler's set up on the outside. Pitch went inside and the ball went into the Manly dugout. Foul ball.
Zach Newbold's going to go dig it out. Offer it to the highest bidder out there. Who's going to take him a plate of nachos? No, he's going to hang on to it. Disappointing some of his fans behind him.
Tell you what, they're going to be doing well to get any of those signed tonight, the kids out there. You're going to have to do some serious work on them to get them dry.
That's what clothes are for, mate. Swipe it on your shirt.
That's Mum's problem later.
That's right. Swing and a miss, gets the strike out.
Strucking out there for the second out of the inning, and they'll bring to the plate number 38, Jackson Nash.
Well, that'll be a really good sign for Brian Murphy and for Vaughan Harris himself. Put two guys away, one with a nice curveball swung over the top of, and then a hard fastball in the inside corner. He also got a swing and miss on, so showing plenty of life on his stuff. Showing plenty of life on his pitches. And certainly thrown with good velocity as well, what we can see with our eyes here tonight. Vaughan, control has wavered, but
Just as you gave him a wrap.
guy making his first start, well, his first appearance in quite some time.
Don't know who put that sponsorship banner on the Igloo cage. Now we can't see into the bullpen from our position. Might have to speak to the operations manager about that. 1-1.
Someone
Count.
trying to bring money in
Jackson
one way
Nash.
or another.
Big shout out to Kennard's Hire. For your hire needs, call Kennard's.
Does it speak to someone who's taken the Ken oath? Is that the the line they're pushing at the moment.
Big swing and a miss by Jackson Nash. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vaughan Harris looking to work out of this little jam here in the top of the 5th inning.
Good experience for this young man. So on box for Greater Western. Made an error in the first inning, made a good catch later in the field. Taken a good at-bat and has just struck out against one of the best pitchers in the league.
So another strikeout. He gets all 3 of them here in the top of the 5th inning. Works around the bases loaded jam. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. Manly leading this one 9-0. So Yoshi Umezawa is going to lead off the bottom of the 5th here for the Eagles. And a new pitcher for Greater Western, it's Matt Forbes. Umezawa pops it up right side. Luke Edwards underneath it makes the catch. One quick out for the new pitcher. Be happy with that.
Like that second pitch, the big looping curveball. It was the big 12-6. Trying just to get Umezawa. Just caught a little getting around on it. Pops it up, 1 away on 2 pitches. Watsu's had an eventful night at the plate without hitting anything too hard. Takes ball 1, low and away from the new pitcher Forbes. Greater Western without the luxury of a long bench to call on.
No, they've got a few guys down there. A few bodies in the dugout. I've used a couple already with pitcher coming out early and then change behind the dish.
Watts takes one. Quite sure that missed. Maybe a little high.
It's going to be a 4-pitch walk, or is it hit by pitch?
I'm going to say 4-pitch walk.
Thank you.
And the base on balls will bring to the plate number 96.
Ground announcer said it was the base on balls, so we'll have to trust him on that one. And it does bring up Connor Mack. Check swing RBI in his last at bat.
He's looking to hit something hard.
Sorry, it wasn't. It was the fly ball to
fly
centre
ball.
field. He had the
Last
check
time
swing RBI in his previous at bat. Straight down the throat of Luke Harris.
This is a night he would have fancied getting his licks in, I think. Connor still hasn't managed to do that. Be looking to hit something hard into a gap.
Takes that to strike one, a ball on a strike.
It's that outside corner that umpire Choi has been giving most of the night.
Rips that one on into the third baseman. Eats him up a little bit.
More than a little bit there, Luke. He panicked when he couldn't feel that ball in his glove and couldn't recover.
He did get a bit of an aquatic hop. Took him a bit surprised, stayed with it, and then just couldn't get the transfer to
one of
turn
those.
at least one.
One of those you're expecting to reach into your mitt and find when you don't see it, when you feel it, but it's not the right spot. It can put you off a little bit unless you really got that presence of mind about you. Someone who's just taken over from Forbes, who was at third base. It's always going to be a tough play. It's one of the hardest hit balls we've seen to an infielder tonight.
Yeah, he just took a little bit of a extra spicy. Caught him. It's not actually Forbes at third base. Forbes is now the pitcher.
No, that's why it's replacing Forbes,
replacing
so he hasn't
Forbes. No,
had
that's right.
a look like that tonight yet, as now.
Handled it well. Didn't let it get past him.
Yeah, didn't compound the error.
1 ball, 2 strikes here for Luke Brown.
Has had a good night at the plate. Scored a couple of times.
Spent plenty of time rounding the bases and gets eaten up on that curveball.
Like Forbes' curveball. It's the real old 12 to 6. Gets right over the top of it. It's a big loopy one. Brown couldn't do anything with it.
A bit like the loopy curveballs that Grant Piccoli was throwing last Wednesday night. Struck out Brendan Haythwaite twice on it. Tom Newbold now rips that one over the top of the third baseman. Tristan Watts turning hard at third base. Gets the wind from Brian Murphy. And it'll be an RBI single. Connor McDonald looking to move up on the loose throw from the outfielder. But there won't be any extra advances.
Good base running from Watts. It's your instinct to freeze when you see a ball hit on a line like that. He read it, saw it was too far to the left of the third baseman for him to make a play on it, and he was breaking the whole way. Murph gave him the wave. An easy score. Manly's runs tally goes to double digits.
First time
Wednesday night.
this season.
It's going to be a game that falls well short of 9 innings as well.
Season high for the Eagles.
So we're just getting very, very light rain beginning to drizzle across the diamond.
Just hanging around like a bad smell.
As it will all summer, I think, Luke, unfortunately. In the midst of La Nina.
La Nina. Lovely girl.
Not for baseball.
No. What about crowd in tonight?
It's been a good crowd tonight, hasn't it? For the weather.
Obviously, school holidays and weather. Nitro's night does bring out the crowd, though. It is one of the favourites on the menu. Tom Butler now has a 2-0 count.
Be coming out to see Shohei Ariyama pitch. The way he's going at the moment. Next Wednesday. Of course, they're away at
on
MacArthur.
the road. MacArthur next week. MacArthur, Blacktown, then I think Cronulla. No, Cronulla's a home game.
Couple of weeks on the road after this, isn't there?
Couple of weeks. MacArthur, Blacktown. If I can get the calendar to skip to February.
Generous.
And then Canterbury. And then
Generous.
back here on the 9th and the 12th of February
Beautiful.
for Pink Hope round. Manly
Fantastic.
players will be wearing pink jerseys, raising money for the Pink Hope charity, raising awareness for breast cancer awareness, or raising awareness for breast cancer awareness, well said. Up the middle to the shortstop, Manuel flips it up to his second baseman for the third out. It does end the 5th inning, so on the Procar Automotive scoreboard, the Manly Eagles lead it 10-0.
Warriors 0, Manly
So the rain just gets a little bit heavier here. We're going to have a mad scramble to get all our electrics in at the end of this one. I'm not looking forward to that. Max Milner on the mound now for the Eagles.
Ooh. Taking off the mask of Phil Choi behind the plate there.
I'll catch that, Butts.
Well, Phil gave him the big breather after he caught one in a bad spot earlier. Couldn't protect him there.
First
Good way to
outing
get the
of
umpire
year.
offside.
First outing of the year for Max Milner as well. Nothing like coming out for your first appearance in the rain.
Pitcher's least favourite weather, I reckon.
Hey, just any
I know,
bat and ball
yeah,
athlete.
not a fan of the rain, especially not on a diamond. That is really starting. This is probably the heaviest it's been all night.
Definitely has. A lot of spectators, if they haven't left, they're scurrying for shelter. Thankfully, the tent's up.
Protect all our main gear.
If the lights go out and we go offline, that means we've blown the power somewhere. It's getting really heavy
It's
now.
teaming now.
That's
Yep,
probably going to be the
time.
game, ladies and gentlemen. So, Manly Eagles with the win tonight. We're going to preempt it because there is only a few minutes left on the clock. And it has gotten pretty heavy. Manly Eagles getting the job done tonight. 10 runs on 12 hits, 1 error. Shohei Ariyama, another 4-strong innings, takes his total scoreless streak to 18. Vaughan Harris had a scoreless inning of work. Max Milner threw 3 pitches before the rain hit. And plenty of offense from the Eagles. Good to see the bats getting the job done. Make sure you join us on Saturday. If you can't get to the ballpark, we'll be on air from 12:30 with third grade, second grade at 3, and first grade at 5:30. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We will see you on Saturday.